Namaste, I'm Swati, and this video is about explaining that divorce is not easily acceptable by society, or breakup also. If you have been living in for a long time, breakup is not acceptable. People question, people look down upon you if you leave a partner with whom you have been sexually committed for a long time. You are not welcome back in your families, in your parents' families after divorce. You have to live like a guest. And they are constantly worried about who is going to be your support after they die. Divorce is worse than widowhood, because after widowhood you are supported in the way that your husband has passed away, so they forgive you a little, and or your wife has passed away. They don't blame you for the death, but sometimes even there they blame you for the death, and they expect you to adjust as an outsider in the family. You are not allowed any more say in the family. You are not allowed to take decisions of your own. There is no investment on you, especially after divorce. Parents rarely invest on the girl or the boy staying at home. They expect you to obey them all the time because you have already divorced, and it has been proven conventionally that your decision was wrong and that you could not adjust or continue in a marriage, even though the marriage might have been violent or extremely sarcastic partners, or there may have been severe disagreements in culture. But even then, you are not welcomed back in your family. Even when parents say kindly that you can come back, once you actually enter the house, you will feel that you are an outsider and they are looking down upon you or are always worried about you. They don't have any more investment to give you because a major investment on marriage has failed. So they could have invested 2 to 30 to 40 lakhs on a marriage, or in crores. So that investment has failed. They do not want to invest on you anymore. So you are sort of treated as a burden in the family. Your children also sort of look down upon you because you could not adjust with the other parent. So even if there is a second marriage, the first married partner can spoil your second marriage by visiting you again and again, or visiting the child again and again, and talking badly about you to you or to in the public. So you have, if there is a second marriage, you have to forcibly prevent the other person's, the first partner's mind from controlling you. Otherwise telepathy happens and that person can curse or send black images, negative energies towards you, and the second marriage can also fail. But be careful with divorce, because this is our society are like revolving around love, happiness, marriage, and the fairy tales are like them lived happily ever after, and people just cannot accept the fact that divorce has happened and they invested so much on the marriage and that investment has gone flop, and it was so stupid to spend crores on the marriage when it simply had to go down the drain. Alimony is demanded when parents spend crores or lakhs on the marriage. They demand alimony. Sometimes the boy cannot pay because he may already be a failure. That is why the divorce has happened, and he may not have genuinely the money to pay. And so a minimum alimony can only be given which can sustain you for 1 or 2 years, but there is no investment on your business, on your education, which can sustain you in the long run. If a big alimony is given, on the other hand, the big alimony will keep you jailed to the same man for a long time. You will feel obligated to that man. That man will stay connected to you because a lot of his money has gone on alimony, and it is like an investment in a business. So in his mind, he will always be connected to you, and they will try to patch up, or they will not allow a second marriage or moving on. You can have temporary relationship, but it is rare that another marriage will succeed. Sometimes it succeeds when people are evolved and let go very easily, but most of the time people remain tied in chains even after a divorce and keep controlling your energies or appearing in your dreams, reminding themselves that you did bad to them, and blaming you all the time. So negative energies pass on to you, and your self-esteem falls, your confidence falls, and you cannot do as well in your career as you would have had you not had this experience of marriage and failure. At the same time, marriage and failure help you evolve spiritually, they help you detach from materialistic things, and you learn to depend on God and connect to God and get information about humanity, which helps you evolve above the illusion of life and death, and helps you help other people spiritually. That is rare. Not everyone becomes spiritual after divorce. Some people who are destined to become spiritual anyways become spiritual, but otherwise divorce is a traumatic experience because parents subconsciously keep humiliating you all the time, even if they don't say it verbally, in their body language, in their tonality, which is around 60 to 70% of communication. Words is only 7% of communication. So 60 to 70% of communication is like blaming you all the time for failed investment. So walking out of a marriage, think that it is like a business and you're walking out of a business without, so be sure that you get your claim back, you get some money to sustain yourself, restart a new business. If it's not another marriage, restart your life. How will you sustain yourself? How will you support yourself economically? Try not to depend on your parents, and because they will not appreciate your dependence on them, they will pity you and give you money, but your thinking will be overruled, your children will be taken away from you, and they will be controlled by the parents, and your values will be throttled. So it is important that you try to stay in the marriage and not walk away, and or you patch up with the partner if the partner is still single. In spite of extramarital affairs, learn to forgive and patch up again so that the support remains, because otherwise the humiliation continues throughout life till your parents are alive, and even later if your relatives, if your siblings are alive, they keep blaming you for the divorce. If you are single and not married, they blame you less. If you are married and then divorced, they blamed you much more, because it is investment, money gone down the drain, years of hope gone down the drain. So your blame goes much higher if you get married and then divorce. If you can stay separate after divorce, then think about it. If you cannot stay separate after divorce, then try to stay with the same person and learn meditation so that you can stay detached. Past life therapy significantly helps you prevent divorce and stay in the same marriage without feeling humiliated or without feeling excessively punished. You can continue staying with the same person in a detached mode and not expect too much through past life therapy. And past life therapy also helps in a mutual consent divorce. It also helps you get alimony, but after alimony you will realize that if it's a big alimony, that you will be jailed and you will not be able to get remarried, because you have taken money from the other person. It is karmic debt. So somewhere the energies get entangled and it is not rational. Things are not as ethical as they should be. We talk on paper that you can get married and you can get divorced and start a new life anytime and it's so easy. Life is not rational. Life depends on emotions and energies, and people's emotions are entangled in love and commitment and a hope, and you cannot kill hope. You cannot kill hope of several people by your divorce, who planned your marriage, who participated in your marriage, who were happy, who were dancing, who were singing, who were having some fun because you were getting married. All those hopes are crushed. So people don't forgive you for divorce, and even if your peers might forgive you, your parents will not forgive. They will keep humiliating you. Hence it is better to patch up if you can after divorce, and if you cannot patch up, it is better to stay independently of parents. Find your own career, learn to ask money for your work. Even if you are a housewife, you will have to learn to earn, or if you are a husband, learn to ask for emotional support, employ a cook, and learn to ask for good food. So it's a lot of effort. So it's better to stay married as much as possible. If it can be stretched, stretch it, because otherwise there will be spiritual lessons. If you don't learn them, there will be trauma. So, and it will be more trauma than if you had straight married. There are chances that the trauma is more, it's just of a different kind, but it can be more trauma. But of course, people who get divorced learn to cope up with it, and they learn to find meaningfulness and happiness in several other areas of life and find happiness. But that is a difficult route. So that is why if you take past life therapy to maintain your relationships, it is good. Even if you want divorce, if you take past life therapy, the situation will become much easier. The divorce will become much easier. You have to invest on past life therapy like on a wedding, but investment on past life therapy is far more sensible than on a marriage. Because past life therapy, like when I do it, it won't betray you. You will get results. A marriage can betray you. So invest on education, invest on work, invest on therapy, then invest on clothes and fun and jewelry, because clothes, fun and jewelry will not add meaning to your life, but work, therapy, all this will add meaning to your life, and happiness is meaningfulness. So take care, think 100 times before deciding on divorce, and try to stay happy within yourself instead of having too many expectations from your partner. Try to stay happy within yourself so that you are genuinely happy. You can trust yourself for your happiness. Thank you.